Hi and welcome back to the Hydonso region. My name is Mance and I have created Pokemon ever since I was 5 years old, and I'm here on a quest to remake them all. Join me to create the Hydonso region. And for you all today I have 3 evolutions of already existing Pokemon. I created evolutions of existing Pokemon before, but mostly variants. So let's play a game. Go to the comments and write which Pokemon you think will get an evolution and what they will be based on. Then you can comment again afterwards to see if you actually made it or not. Done? Alright, let's go to the first one. It was created in 1998. Honestly, good luck guessing what this thing is. But I always thought about it as an evolution to Abomasnow. And Abomasnow is based on an abominable snowman, what's called a Yeti, and a tree. So its evolution, Sasquasnow, Sasquatch plus Christmas plus snow, is also based on a Yeti and a Christmas tree. My early sketches played a lot with the whole Yeti thing more than the tree, which looked cool and all, but it didn't really feel like an evolution of Abomasnow. The whole tree aspect didn't come across, and I think that's one of the most important parts of the whole line. One thing I knew from the very beginning was that I wanted its head to be shaped like a star. So when it goes into hibernation, it looks like a star on a Christmas tree. Its original design had some mushrooms on its body, and I wanted to use them as Christmas decoration and potentially light on a Christmas tree. I eventually got back to the drawing board and decided to make both its arm like massive Christmas trees. Mega Abomasnow uses his 4 arms to kind of walk on, much like a gorilla would do. So I decided to use this as a kind of continuation of that. His back legs was quite difficult, and both Snover and Abomasnow doesn't have particularly specific feet or that big to begin with. But I wanted to be like roots, much like Snover's feet is. I also shaped the trees that I could look like Abomasnow from afar. It took a few tries, but I'm very pleased with the result. Sasquasnow, the Christmas tree Pokemon. Grass Ice type. Ability, Snow Warning. Hidden ability, Gorilla Tactics. Dex entry, a rare Pokemon who camouflages itself as a tree. In winter months, they can easily be spotted as Christmas trees. During this time, they are known to be very kind. These Pokemon are brought over for winter celebration and are not native to the Hydonso region. They don't really like the humid climates and are known to be more aggressive here. For a shiny, it has some minor tweaks to its coloring, but obviously the biggest difference is its star is now golden instead of blue. I am glad I used extra time to spend on these designs, because if I were to release it before, I wouldn't be as happy with Sasquasnow as I am now. How can you evolve Abomasnow into Sasquasnow? You need to level it up holding a blue star piece during a snowstorm. Do you think Sasquasnow is a worthy evolution of Abomasnow? And would you use it on your team? And maybe more importantly, did you guess right? Next up is this guy. Made in 2003 and was changed in 2005. What can this possibly be an evolution of? I'm sorry to say, but this is gonna be the evolution of Spinda. Because if you think about it, it makes sense, right? That Spinda gets too dizzy and starts puking. So the idea here is to make a projectile vomit Spinda that had evolved a tail to try to compensate for its sudden burst of puking. Sounds disgusting. The name of this Pokemon will be Kastbleh, which basically translates to throwing up in Norwegian, and blah, obviously a word we associate with puking. I'm sorry if you are eating watching this. But this was not as easy as it may seem. So I had to create it not projectile vomiting first in order to understand its anatomy. It almost reminds you of a snail, way its tail is curled up. And originally the inspiration for this was Hypnosis tools, but ended up more like a propeller. Now I will admit that there is a lot of things going on with this Pokemon, maybe too much. But that's also kind of the point, because there are too much for Spinda. And I also imagine it to continue its random spots like Spinda has, but also some spots are covered in puke, because I imagine that it's sweat, puke also. What a sad existence. Kastbleh, the puke panda Pokemon. Poison, normal type. Ability, yuck factor. And hidden ability, contrary. Dex entry, it projectiles itself through the air using vomit. It cannot control its outburst, but it compensates with its swirly tail. Its constant dizziness makes life difficult, and both Pokemon and trainers seems to stay away. Benefit of this evolution is a heavily debated topic. Some suggest that this evolution is a natural counter to the ever-declining Spinda population. The shiny colors are based on its original design, plus more traditional poison-type colors. Well, the puke is at least. And you probably wonder what this new ability, yuck factor, is all about. The Pokemon is always confused. However, there's a 50-50 chance that it will heal itself instead of hurting itself. May poison or confuse targets when Pokemon makes contact. So I want it to be kind of this annoying Pokemon that it may hurt itself, it may also heal itself, and is always in confusion. I feel like it's alright balanced. What do you think? So how do you evolve Spinda into Kastbleh? Well, it's gonna be annoying. You're gonna use the move Teeter Dance 180 times. And Teeter Dance was originally Spinda's signature move. I think no one had used that move 180 times. So a justified evolution, but very annoying. And tell me, there's none of you who guessed Spinda for this one. If so, one of you have watched my previous episodes where I hinted that I will make a Spinda evolution. What do you think about Kastbleh, and are you happy that Spinda finally have an evolution? Tell me how much you potentially hate it in the comments. While you're down there, give this video a like and follow, because arguably the coolest one is up next. And before I spoil it, what do you think these will be evolved from? In 2001, I created this wannabe Slugma and Magcargo Fakemons that also kind of evolved into Torkoal a bit over the years. I must say, it looks very cool in 2005, and now I kind of already told you what it will evolve from. It's an evolution of Magcargo, and not only that, it's based on the Desert Hopper from the Future is Wild documentary. Yet another speculative evolution, which we love here on the channel. Just like most evolutions of Magcargo, it's based on this lava snail that lives near volcanoes underwater. Very cool. The whole idea with this Pokemon came to be when I created my land squid Pokemon, which you should totally check out by the way. And this Pokemon, Magsaltarol, actually almost made it into that video, because it's heavily linked to Lavapus. And for its name, I literally just took the Desert Hopper's Spanish name, Saltarol, saltar, jumping, and caracol, snail, and added magma to it. So it literally means a jumping magma snail, with the idea that it needs to take down Lavapus in order to evolve. I wanted some skull-like attributes to its shell. I had a very clear vision of what I want this Pokemon to look like. I just needed to tweak its anatomy a bit. Magsaltarol, the future lava snail Pokemon. Fire, Steel type. Ability, Magma Armor and Speed Boost. Hidden ability, Shell Armor. Dex entry. Upon evolution, Magsaltarol uses Lavapul's shell to increase its own defenses. It has evolved a body more solid and adaptable. With its huge foot, they jump around with an impressive speed, able to move large distances. They prefer to stay in hot environments, but their mobility has made them curious. Thus, they are found all over the region. This has caused some problems since they are very territorial. This shiny obviously takes after Slugma, lava that has hardened a bit. Looks very cool. I think that's the right word for this evolution in general. It's very cool. Arguably the best evolution in this video. And in order to evolve Magcargo into Magsaltarol, you need to defeat one Lavapus plus knowing the move Future Sight. And here we have all three of them. Did you guess anyone correct? And for the most part, I think I made some very unique Pokemon here. Maybe the least unique in concept is Sasquasnow. I definitely made my own twist to it. I don't think anyone has made a flying, puking spin evolution, and I have not seen Magcargo been linked up with the Desert Hopper either. Maybe you have, let me know in the comments. And tell me which one is your favorite of this video. Mine have to be Magsaltarol. The hint for an upcoming video is actually my own short film. It's called I Am Dyslexic. For those of you who don't know, I have another channel where I talk about special education, I talk about dyslexia, I talk about ADHD, etc. And my short films are quite famous in that area. But how would this be linked to a Fakemon, you think? Long-time viewers know that this is not the first time I've made a Desert Hopper Pokemon. Check it out here. Or you can check out the previous video where I make spooky, scary Pokemon over here. Make sure to check me out on my other social medias, especially on my special education channel. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and let's recreate them all in the next video. Mads out.